What's going on, guys? Brad with Real Estate Investing Made Easy and Lazarus Property Group here to show you Privy. I want to walk you guys through this kind of review / tutorial on a program that we use quite a bit to find deals, buyers, and a lot of other things that we use it for day-to-day basis. We're using it at a pretty high level here at Lazarus Property Group for our own investing, and then for our clients and people that we're working with, we also want to show you how to use it to find on-market deals. So Privy's great. It's one of the only, if not the only, program that has direct to MLS data in a lot of the regions here. In fact, you can see on my screen right now all of the MLS data that they have. So without further ado, I'm not a really big fan of long introductions. I like to get right into it. I know you guys do too when you're watching these videos. And so we'll get right into it. First things first, when you're a newer investor, I would imagine you want to know kind of a couple things. First off, what exit strategy am I going to be using? Typically, it's wholesaling. We still do wholesaling. It's a great exit strategy. There's going to be, some ancillary things that you'll need to spend money on as a business owner, but typically for the transaction itself, it's not going to be a massive financial barrier of entry. Most people are starting out in wholesaling. The second thing you're going to really want to figure out is what market you're in. Privy does a really good job of just kind of showing you this literal 30,000 foot view of where to start. And you'll see here, these blue circles are indicative of active on-market properties that are going on right now. So you can see as a wholesaler, right, if we're going through that with that exit strategy, you're going to want to know what types of properties they are buying, what price points, what percentage of ARV, and what markets they're in. And so Privy does a really good job of showing you these markets that have a lot more investor activity. So we'll just go into one right here. This is the biggest number I see. Looks like it's in the Chicago area. So we've got a lot of activity in this area. And as you scroll in, it's going to start to drill down into, smaller and smaller bubbles. Okay, cool. So we'll go into, let's go into this Evergreen, Oaklawn Park area, Roseland, Evergreen Park, Oaklawn, Calumet Park, all this area right here. So see right now we'll just click into this bubble right here, and that'll bring us into this area. Now you'll see all the individual listings themselves. Okay, so first step really as a investor, again, is what exit strategy, and based off of that exit strategy, what market am I going to be going into? So we're going to select this market here. And what's great about living in this day and age is that we don't have to actually be in that area to wholesale. We're in San Diego. We do wholesales all over the country, literally everywhere. Wherever buyers are buying, we are doing those deals. And you should too. You should take advantage of that. And just because you're in, South Dakota, no name county, city, no bad vibes towards North Dakota, South Dakota. It's not a hot market. And so that's just encouraging the people that are in these really small markets that you don't have to be doing these types of deals in your area. You can step out and go into these bigger markets. So with all that being said, okay, let's get right into it. So you can see here that these are all kind of the active listings, and that's great, but we want to identify deals. So we can do that a couple ways. It's a really cool little button here that literally says deals. And what we're going to want to see is the investor activity. And you'll see here, we got some buy and hold activity, but we also got some fix and flip. So what we're going to do is click our fix and flip and then find our deals on market that, based on our filter criteria, will meet the qualifications that we're looking for. So I'll show you how to change that. We're going to go into the filter right now. We're just going to go down to here. Really what we want to see is, especially in this market, I am making this video during a time where the market's going downward, and we're seeing a lot of buyers that are really, really pulling back. And so knowing that as a newer investor, you're going to want to know, all right, I really need to get these deals at the lowest percentage I can. No different than, I guess, any other time, but even more important in a market where the buyers are buying less because of the market and its downturn. So they're being more conservative. So we're going to bring our filter search to a more conservative number. And Privy has an algorithm that essentially will look at these filters and then pull the properties in that area that meet that criteria. And so we'll just kind of go, let's look at let's look at a property here in this area near some major highways. We got 11 right here. Okay, great. So just look at the first one here. So this is what's called the property card. Okay. And it's going to have, you'll see here, this is direct MLS data, the listing and the listing agent right here. Now, that's important too for sold comps, sold properties as well, because when you are looking into new markets and trying to get like boots on the ground and creating relationships in a market that you're not actually in, you can see, all right, these properties that have sold by certain real estate agents that were investment properties. Now I know these are investment friendly agents and I can contact them. There's a difference with real estate agents. They aren't all created the same. A lot of them are just going to deal with sellers. A lot of them are just going to deal with buyers. And some of them, don't understand the investment game, the investor game. If you can find what we call that unicorn agent, that agent that knows the game, understands that it's a give and take relationship, that you're going to be sending them deals and hooking them up for getting deals and relistings and all that, you're going to create a relationship that allows you to really break into a market, have somebody that may be able to go out to the property for you. So that's really nice to see. And you'll see why even more so here in a second. But it looks like we got a pretty nice fixer here. Okay, pretty much going to be a full gut here. We got a good opportunity. Now let's see if we can get it at a decent price. All right, so you got the remarks from the listing here. Okay, we're just going to go down. All right, now we can look at the comps. Okay, so right now we're looking solely at investor properties that have been identified by Privy as properties that have had work done, resold at a higher ARV within that range that we were talking about. And you can see here, all of these properties were purchased at 55%, 47%, 33% of ARV. Okay, these are good deals. To accurately comp, Privy does a really nice job of making this easy for you. So here's our subject property in this top line. Okay, we've got the year built. We've got our bed bath counts, garage, how does it have a second story or not? Does it have a basement? And so you can start to pull out properties that are not comps. So something with over 20% or below, 20% of the square footage. Now this being 1,000 square foot property, I would want to probably get rid of anything that is, severely under that, anything under like 900, 100 square feet lower than that. Like 893 square feet. Looks like they took off a bedroom. This sold for $164,000. So, it actually may be okay. It was lower. It still sold for a pretty decent price. You can see here, this is so awesome. I love this. You can actually see the differences in the sale. Did they do any changes? In this case, they took out a bedroom, probably blew out a wall and created a larger like master bedroom or something. And this had 13 days on market. This sold in December. We're in the month of December now, so it's a really good comp. All right, so we'll keep that one. Now, if there's anything else, let's see, 1,000 square feet, 5-bed, probably going to just get rid of that one. And I don't want to look at that one. So we're just going to put the little I with the slash through it right there. It's going to get rid of that. Anything that's sold, tell you what, let's do this. Anything that's sold over 90 days or longer. And again, so we'll do everything from September on. So all of these, I don't want to look at. Why? We're in a down market. I don't want to look at comps that are super, super old because they're not comps anymore, really. I can't really use those numbers when I'm running my analysis because the buyers aren't. The buyers are looking at not only what the market's at now, but if you've got to hold it for 90, 120, 150 days to do the renovation, now we're not looking at if we're seeing a downtrend, they're projecting out 4 or 5 months down the road when the renovation's done and they can actually get it on market. Well, now they're saying, okay, well, if it's the market's trending downward, it's going to be even farther down in the future. So again, we don't want to use anything too far away. And so we're just really going to get rid of most of these, May comps here. Okay, good. All right, so we got a good amount of activity again in this area. Is really, really nice to see. All right, and we've got one here, 109 days on market. That is pretty long. Don't want to see that, but it's looking like, I would say probably the average is coming in at like 75 when we bring everything together. So now I want to sort this by square footage. Okay. So I'm just pushing the square footage toggle here. Okay. Now we've got 1134, 1100. Here's another flip. All right. This is looking good. 3 bed, 2 bath. Ours is a 1 bath. They added a second bathroom. That's great. We can see a second bathroom added a ton of value. There's a two bathroom sold for $199. This one sold for $235 on the same day, actually. See here, our lot size is 4,000. So ours is pretty much the largest one there, with the exception of this one. It's exactly the same. We want to see sold comps. I want to actually take a look. This is all the investor activity, and these are put back on market. Just take a look here. I'm going to double click into here. We're going to bring up that property card. Let's take a look. This is listed currently. It's active. All right. New kitchen appliances. Yep. Cabinets. Countertops. Looks like flooring. Paint. Bathrooms look not new. They tub, but not the enclosure. It looks like LVP flooring in the basement. Looks like. Let's see if they have any before and after. All right. Nothing on the inside. You're not always going to get before pics, usually with off markets. If they bought it without a listing, it's going to be hard. But you can see, wow, look at that exterior. Talk about curb appeal. I did a lot of work to the outside here to get that back up and looking nice. Probably redid the roof. So, yeah, this is good. Now, construction. This is the hold time. 533 days. That's a long, long time. Either inexperienced or just one guy, 2 guys, could just be, not like a company who's going to flip it in 90 days. So that's fine. Look at the other one here. It was low. So that one sold for 170. All right. It's 1,000 square feet. And you can just do quick back of the napkin math here. If we're doing $35 a square foot times 1,000 square feet, we're at $35,000 rehab. If we sold for 170, you got to factor in, let's say about 7.5% closing. All right. Then minus the 35,000 in renovation. If it's just cosmetic, maybe it's 1,000 square feet, maybe another 5 for the roof. If they did the roof, and I looked like they did, so we're at 117. And then, just factoring some other costs like cost of cash, hold time, debt servicing, all of that. Just be safe and say another 10%. So we're looking at about $100,000 as a buyer. This is actually could be a really good deal. Now, the only other thing that I would want to take a look at is where these other comps were. And ours is right here. So we're not that far. I don't see, besides Wentworth Ave, I guess is a pretty bigger thoroughfare, but let's see, 60628. This one we're looking at 606. Okay, so same zip code. That's always important. This looks like a good deal, guys. And you can kind of see how quickly we can figure this out. Not a lot of, these both sold for 170. Yeah, these are the same property. So sold. Okay, we'll just look at these here, these top few. Here's a good couple here. All right. And these ones are investor. We know that. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a good flip here. Depending. Now, this would be one where I would call and talk to Ronald and just say, hey, Ron, what's going on with this area? If I don't know the area, which I'm not familiar with this Roseland area, what's the deal? We've got 2 properties, and then you can mention the 2 properties that we talked about already. This 345 West 102nd Street. Is that far away? Is that a good comp? Would you use that? Everything else, all else considered, is basically a comparable property. So that's one way we can use our newfound agent here to do some of the work for us. But this looks like a really good deal. actually. We just got to make sure the area that we're looking in is actually a marketable, nice area that we can actually use and kind of see some of the on market stuff, 235, 160. Yeah. So it seems like stuff in this area can go for that 170 or maybe even higher price point, depending on the amount of money you put into that. So this could be a deal, guys. This could be a deal. Now, what's cool is in addition to finding deals like I just went over, right, we can do that. Another way that you can utilize Privy to your benefit as a wholesaler, as a new wholesaler breaking into the market, even as somebody who's been in the business. I keep mentioning newer investors, but just know, obviously, you can utilize this at whatever stage you're at. This is an easy way for newer investors to kind of break into the game. But you can, let's look at stuff that we've found here. All right, so here's investor solds. Okay. Now, what I want to look for, is sold by, here's an LLC, potential buyer. Guys, this is a great way to build a buyer's list because I can go in every single one of these these people that have gone in and either bought them and flipped them and then resold them, or properties that are, see here, sold by Grandview Realty, LLC. What you can do in addition to that, right? Okay, this is a listing right here. So what you can actually do is go into, let's see, public records here, property history. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for right here. Okay. This is the way to do it. See how sold for 45, back on market at 65. The seller was Grandview Capital LLC. They didn't do anything to it. Maybe it just wasn't worth it to them. I don't know, but this could be a deal too. I don't know what's going on. It could just be something like if this is Grandview Realty. Okay. See, so if this was like an agent that picked this up to sell as an investment opportunity, I could imagine that being something that they do, but at least you know they're buying properties, right? So here's another great way to build a buyer's list. You're going to go into these and you can just go through this list, guys, and see, all right, okay, we got another sold. Let's go down to public records here. All right, we'll go to, property history. Okay, buyer right here. They're buying fixers. Okay, and all you got to do, look, we'll do it right now. Watch. I'm going to right click, search Google, Kimball Capital. Let's look for maybe we can, all things real estate, invest, buy, sell, right? And manage. Look at that, guys. Boom. That's the literally first one. Okay, there's their number. That is not hard to do as a new investor to find buyers. It's going to be super, super easy to talk with somebody there, get some emails. And let me go back here. Okay, so you can see they bought for 80, put some work into it, and sold for 170. That's it, guys. Find the deals, find the buyers. Find the deals from, you ever seen 21 Jump Street? Find the dealers, infiltrate to, I forget. I just watched that maybe the other day. So good. Anyways, guys, this is it right here. This is the juice. This is the sauce right here. Public record, boom. Property history. Buyer. Okay, 135. Looks like he's an independent guy and sold for 278. Probably why it took so long. That's how you guys are going to find deals and find buyers, find your market, depending on your exit strategy. And really, you can use this for any exit strategy you want. Again, you look on here. If you guys are doing creative, we've done on-market creative deals. Just take care of the real estate agent. It's not a big deal. They're out there. So, that's the at a 30,000 foot quick view, how you guys can find deals, find buyers. As far as Privy goes, that's your best bet right there. Okay, we'll close this. Make sure your filters set at 60%. If you want to go down, let's do one at 49% here. Okay, we're just going to zoom right way too far in. Here we go. Then we're just going to scroll through properties that don't look great. Money to be made here, guys. Wow. This is like a teardown. Oh. So we got a tremendous investment opportunity. Who bought this one? Not a company, so we can definitely talk to this guy. So yeah, guys, they're out there. Opportunities out there. You just got to. Privy is actually going to be adding some new stuff to the comping capability here. I won't steal Benson's thunder. Hope go and check Privy out. If you guys have any more questions or anything, put them in the comments or go to our Real Estate Investing Made Easy YouTube channel. We have a ton of content about finding private money for your deals, how to get your real estate agents paid on deals, live seller cold calls and closing calls. We've got everything you need as a new investor and an old investor to get some new tricks. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Again, if you got any more questions, comments, concerns, you guys need any lead generation that is not on market, you guys want to talk about texting, Real Estate Investing Made Easy does lead gen as well. And we can, help you get your other stuff set up or do it for you, whatever you guys want. We're just here to help, just give value. I hope this was informative, and thanks for watching. Okay. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you later, guys.